What's up guys, Enkiri here, and welcome to vlog number 71. I've got a pretty solid session today. I'm kicking off my new squat cycle here, so I've made a few changes from the last go around. Instead of putting in all my volume on the regular front squat, this time I'm going to be working up to just a single top set, and then I'll be performing the remaining volume using a different variation on the front squat. Also, instead of front squatting twice a week, this time I'll be front squatting just once a week and slowly building my way back up in weight on the back squat for my second weekly squat session. Anyway, I started things off pretty light this go around. My goal was just to knock out a set of 5 reps here with 310 pounds, which is roughly 80% of my current max. The set itself was okay. I was experimenting with a few technique alterations during this time period, like a slightly narrower stance, less foot turnout, and a little bit more depth. I think I tried them out a few more times after this, and while the squat pattern itself felt a bit more comfortable this way, it was noticeably weaker and didn't seem to be improving much, so I've since abandoned it in favor of my former technique. My plan here is to add 5 pounds to the top set every week and run these 5s up as high as I can, hopefully up near PR territory. At that point, I'll drop to 4s and eventually to 3s, and again try to run up into PR territory. My last cycle culminated with a set of 365 pounds for 3 reps, and that yielded a single with 395 pounds. So, my hope here is to take this all the way up to 375 pounds for a triple, and then hopefully knock out a single with 4 plates shortly after that. Now, the back off work is going to be an incredibly important component here. These top sets are great for pushing the intensity, but in and of themselves, they will not allow me to continually progress the weights upward. It's just not enough volume to drive progress. I know this because I tried cutting out the back off work for a few weeks and just doing the top sets, and I got absolutely nowhere with it. And maintaining my strength just kept getting more and more difficult by the week. So now I'm going to be putting a premium on the back off work. At first, I played around with some pause squats for a little bit like you see here, but after a few weeks of that, I transitioned into zombie front squats instead, and I'm really loving those at the moment. I've been putting in some really solid sets with them lately, so you guys will be seeing me post more and more of that work soon as we move deeper into the cycle. So anyway, after the squats, I moved on to some heavy sled drags. I'm just doing these once a week now. On my other 2 lower body days, I'm doing light sprints with the sled in the middle of the week, and then farmer's walks at the end of the week. So since this is my only heavy sled day now, I'm starting to try to push the numbers a bit. In order to ensure a sufficient volume of work, I'm still doing a decent number of sets before I get up to my heaviest set for the day. And then if I've got enough energy left, I'll knock out 1 or 2 additional sets afterwards with a slightly lighter weight. Coming into this session, my heaviest drag so far was with 500 pounds, which was slightly conservative, so I decided to work my way up to the vicinity of that first and foremost, just to see how it would feel, and then if it went well, I would go for a PR set. And I ended up taking 540 for a pretty solid ride here. It was a little bit rough getting going with it, my feet were slipping on me a little bit, but once I got going, it was smooth sailing. Interestingly enough, I've completely smashed this weight in recent history with absolutely no foot slippage at all, but you guys are just going to have to wait for that session to roll around in a few more weeks. It seems like my legs are clearly getting stronger though. In just a few weeks, I've actually already pushed this higher than I thought I'd be able to, and I had to extend the post so I could load more weight onto the damn sled. So, squats are coming along nicely, sled work is getting stronger, my broad jump is starting to improve pretty rapidly right now also, which is cool, and I should have some of that footage for you guys soon as well. After the sleds, I finished things up with a few sets of this high pull and power snatch combo. Previously, I was doing these with just 2 high pulls and then a power snatch on the 3rd pull, and I worked up to, I think, 190 pounds as my best effort with that exercise. But this time around, I'm doing 4 high pulls and then hitting the power snatch on the 5th pull, and I have to say that that really changes things. The fatigue starts to become a pretty big factor once the weight starts getting heavier, and it becomes really tough to maintain a solid and efficient bar path, which is very important because if you aren't super precise here, then the bar starts to throw you every which way and you have no chance by the time the power snatch comes around. I really like this variation though because not only does it allow me to continue to work on my power snatch while also perfecting my pulling line, but it also lets me get in a pretty damn good volume of work on the pulls while not really feeling like I'm doing all that much. Because mentally, it just feels like I'm doing 1 rep of a power snatch. But physically, I'm doing 5 dynamic pulls with every single set. So, over 6 sets here, I'm knocking out 30 total pulls, which is a solid amount of work. Plus, having to finish each set with a power snatch ensures that I can't start to go too heavy with the high pulls to the point of them potentially no longer being beneficial. I can pull these lighter weights higher and generate more power with them, which is more in line with my long-term goals than just going ultra heavy all the time. As long as I can gradually trend the weights upward over time, then everything is all good here. This is good stuff though. My form was a little bit rough at first, so I stuck with 175 pounds initially, and then after a few sets, everything really started to get dialed in, so I threw an extra 5 pounds on the bar for the remaining sets, and I would say that the last 2 or 3 sets were definitely the most solid sets of the day here. Anyway, I think that's about all I got for now, guys. Make sure you smash the like button, as well as the subscribe button. Yeah, now, keep training hard, and I will catch you guys next time.